Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the final session of HENNGE Talks, Day 2. Yay! Yeah. Thank you for everybody who is joining us, returning, also joining us the first time. Thank you so much for joining the session. The session for today is Workcation, New Working Style. Just to go over what we covered today, the first session date was UI UX. We got a deep dive into how our team collaborated and tackled some problems, and you got some real life demos of how they actually solved the problem. A previous session, front end, Abid and the team shared how they implemented AppSync into their work and how it has improved their efficiency as well as their communication, how they collaborate with other members as well. And the final session, this current session is new working styles, where we will be covering remote working, workcation, and the future of new working style in our company and going forward as a B2B company. So yeah, without further ado, I would like to introduce our guests, starting from my right, Ogura-san, our CEO, CTO. Yay.
So we should introduce myself. Sorry. So I'm Kazuhiro Ogura, the CEO of HENNGE. I'm working here for 26 years. And yeah, my hobby is to do programming and sewing. That's it. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm Michael, Deputy Division Manager of Cloud Product Development Division, and mainly in charge of our global internship program and mainly the products on HENNGE Access Control. Nice to meet you.
Yay. Thank you. Last but not least.
Okay. Hi, I'm Joe. I'm product marketing manager in HENNGE. And I worked in HENNGE 5 years, and I come from Taiwan. So I'm so excited at today's session. Yeah, nice to meet you.
Yay. Thank you, everybody, for your introductions. Yeah, as you can tell, we're a little bit tired. It's been a very long day for some of us. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us today. How are you guys all doing?
Yeah, great.
Good?
Great.
Good.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Nice to see you all in person. I think even our rehearsals, right? We've kind of had half virtual, half in person. So it's really nice to get everybody in the same room.
Yeah.
Yeah. How has it been, you guys? How's your week been so far? Very, very busy, Ogura-san?
Yeah, quite a hectic week. Maybe half remote, half coming to the office. Yeah.
Yeah, I think me as well. What about you, Michael?
Yeah, pretty busy with meetings and then busy preparing for the upcoming global internship program.
Right.
It's coming in next Monday. So
Next Monday, yeah.
Getting
So
busy.
those students interested in the global internship program, please sign up from our link, challenge.henge.com. Yeah, you can get mentored by Michael, so that'll be fun. And yeah, how about you, Josan?
Yeah, a lot of meeting. I think maybe it's because it's the end of this fiscal year.
Right.
Because
Right.
yeah, September is our last month of this fiscal year. So there are a lot of meeting, and we have to prepare for the next coming new fiscal year. So, but it's very nice, and yeah, I'm also excited about that too. Yeah.
A lot of exciting things coming, a lot of new changes coming, and I think a lot of shifts in how we work as well. So just to have a nice transition to our main topic of the day, new working style. Again, we're going to be mainly talking about how our working style changed since the beginning of the new normal, as well as some new methods that we have to kind of tackle the problems that we have, like workation, things like this, as well as the future of working from home and how that's going to change over time. Yeah, so soon after the pandemic started, we pretty much went fully remote, right? So how have you found the experience of going remote, and how has that really changed your work dynamic, Ogura-san?
Me, yeah. So actually, in the beginning, it was quite smooth. We are a cloud company, so we were already trying to, how can I say, practice remote working style, because we had to promote that to our customers. So we were already like forcing some managers to, for example, not come to the office once a week and try to work from home and find problems and find issues, and let's fix that together and let's propose that to the customer. So that was before pandemic. So yeah, that after the pandemic, it was quite smooth. We already had all the tools, and we thought like, okay, this is a great opportunity to actually try that and show our customers that we can do this and you can do this and we can help you. So yeah, that was in the beginning.
Mm.
However, like, sorry.
Oh, go- yours, okay.
However, like after like, how can I say? So the first year, I think we were quite good. I mean, we found out like several things are more, goes more efficient by remote working. And yeah, that was the initial impression. However, like in the end, it's not yet end, but I mean, how can I say? Like in the second year, we started to see like, for us, like we are working for years together, so we already have built the trust. So it's quite easy to switch to remote, and there's no real problem happening there. But for newcomers, there are like newcomers coming in every month, and they haven't met anyone except for the like close people in their divisions. So like interdivisional communications that we had here didn't really happen. And we tried many things, but we thought like, yeah, that's maybe the cons of the remote working part. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely one of the big challenges. Yeah, we had some new members as well. So whenever that happened, we kind of made it a point to come to the office, but I couldn't imagine what would happen if we were still in the beginning of the pandemic. It'd be very difficult. I think CPRD is, sorry, the development team has been in charge of incoming a lot of new joiners recently. How has that been? How's the remote situation been for your team?
Yeah, so in the beginning, the remote is not that hard for us because we're just working with computers and do things in our computers. So we just move location. And the other part is probably we don't see each other a lot and like we don't really talk much. So that increases number of our online meetings. But the biggest problems we had was with our global internship program because it was usually held on site, but now they cannot come in. So we are reworking our procedures and trying to think a way of continuing the global internship program remotely. And also the other thing is, since we hire quite a lot of engineers from abroad, they also cannot come in. And we also have to think about the solutions on how to get them onboarded and how to onboard them remotely and a lot of things. And yeah, luckily the border has opened and we can welcome them in pretty rapid succession. So that's pretty hard as well for several few months. All in all, we kind of moving towards the hybrid style so we can come to the office once a month or something like that to increase the face-to-face communication.
Like it's really difficult. I think the how to onboard is one problem, but also maintaining the same quality of relationship as Ogura-san mentioned, and just making sure everything goes smoothly is really complicated because so many more moving parts. What about the product marketing team?
Yeah, I think it's quite similar to developer team situation because there are some new members just joined and they are not familiar with our team because not only our team but also other division members because our job we have to talk with a lot of other division stakeholders. So if it's only in remote working, it's so there are not so many chance to talk with other divisions stakeholders. So it's quite nice to come office to just have a casual talk each other just beside you. So after the pandemic the situation is better, we came to office quite often before previously. Like we have an office day bi-weekly. So at that day, we can have a physical meeting each other and just have more conversation compared to other days.
Yeah, right. I think our team as well, we after they kind of settled down, we realized that we do want to meet in person, even though online was suitable, I guess, to fill those needs for meetings. But as you mentioned, we have the trust already, so we could kind of adjust those meetings to online quite easily. But yeah, I think we're also coming like once a week, something like this, just to make sure that we have a good relationship. We have some new members as well, so yeah.
Yeah, because we're doing B2B business, like no one knows everything here. So developers know how to develop things, but they don't really meet the users and they don't know like what the real user is, what is the issue really the user is facing. And that part, like salespeople or customer success people know. So we realized that, how can I say, even if we don't have any official meetings, like having some, how can I say, coming to the office together and bumping into someone and having some chat accelerates those kind of information, accelerating that information flowing. So yeah, I really think like that part was maybe missing, and we tried many ways to create that kind of information flow by having, of course, remote beer bash, or
Right, yeah.
yeah, remote group lunch or communication lunch kind of things. But yeah, I think, yeah, the real office, it can't really beat the real office. So I think most of the teams now are having some hybrid style. Yeah, we don't have force any style right now. We just have each team decide on their own, and I think mostly they have some office days,
Yes.
and they come on that day, and the like frequency of the office days really depends on each team. Like the sales team, they meet physically customers more often, so maybe they have more often, they have the office day more often. Developers, they maybe have less frequency. So it really depends, but yeah, I think that's really a good balance right now.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like, definitely bumping into people. Like, whenever I do that, I just kind of have like a 5-minute chat. I can get an idea of what the other teams are doing. So I know, like, even basic stuff like their busyness level. It's like, oh, they're very busy. Maybe I should not bother them with like very mundane things. But if it's like, oh yeah, right now we're actually just like onboarding new people, maybe it's a good opportunity to reach out for new content, something like this.
Yeah.
I think meet someone in toilet is also, it's quite a good conversation in office. Yeah.
Meet someone that
in toilet.
in the
Yeah.
toilet. Okay.
Yeah.
Outside.
Yeah, we're just like a little coffee breaks as well. Right?
As long as we have the coffee time when someone brews a coffee and everyone gathers, not everyone, but those who wants coffee and want to chat.
Yeah, I really miss those. I still make it sometimes,
Yeah.
but yeah, every time we make it, we get like 5-10 people just like kind of shifting in and out just to get like a little chat. Some people stay there a little bit too long, maybe. I'm a little bit guilty of that, but yeah, but it's a good opportunity definitely to just kind of cast a little net and catch some people, get some insight into what they're doing.
But the artificial things we brought in, like the donut thing we call that, it's like the service that matches several people randomly and like look up the calendar slots and set the meeting so that they can meet online and just talk about something for 30 minutes. Those are also really nice. I mean, that didn't happen in the real office, right?
Yeah.
So I think I met a lot of, I talked to more like various people than before by the remote meeting and remote, how do you call that? Random matching.
Matching donut
application. Yeah. So that was really nice. But yeah, having a hybrid can get the best out of both. So
Definitely agree.
I just had one donuts this morning.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
really,
We talked about Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter, yeah.
Yeah, it always becomes like games or like a lot of times it's just like, oh, where are you from? And then the 30 minutes just over always. But yeah, you get some rare, rare gachas almost, right? You can kind of get like board members like Ogura-san in your random talks, or you just get like 2 part-timers, you get like interns. There's a lot of interesting combination of people that
And the best part about this company is they're so like diverse people. So always there's a new topic there that we don't know about. Yeah, I think yesterday I had that meeting online with 3 people, and I learned about some crab, some lion, and we learned that crabs don't have any, how do you call that, tentacles, natural enemy. So it's octopuses, but when the crabs live on the land, nobody can like beat them. So but those kind of talks never happens if we just have like normal meetings every day. So
it's very hard to follow that. But yeah, it's really hard to kind of, like, you can just talk about anything as well, right? You like sales members and stuff, right? Just knowing that you can have something that you have a connection with. So next time you work together, it's like, oh, crap. And then it's easier to just kind of start from there rather than like, nice to meet you. My name is XYZ. Like I need to start being like a very kind of stiff at the beginning. Awesome. Yeah, so we're mentioning a lot about like hybrid and adapting new things to improve the current situation. So I want to go to the next topic of workcation. So workation, for those of you who don't know, maybe Ogura-san, you can give us like a little definition or what workation is.
Oh, the definition. Oh, that.
I'll put you on
Oh,
the spot.
yes. What's the definition? I think workation means we work in a place.
Mm.
What is it? I mean,
Yeah, Michael, you can-
Work and vacation, boom,
Boom.
workation.
workation,
Wow.
but it's not vacation, it's work.
Yeah, it's
so,
work.
Yeah, you work there.
Vacation destination, something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
what's happening? Okay. Yeah. But yeah, workation, yeah, basically it's like when we take some time as a team, as a division, just as like a group of employees that go out to a location that's not the office, not their home, but also to be able to gather together in person to work for, short periods to extended periods. It's kind of like changing up environment. So the development division actually recently went to Beppu, which is in the
Yes.
southern part of Japan. Yeah, so maybe Ogura-san, then you can share the not history, but the reasoning behind why we started doing this workation.
Yep.
Mm.
So it's like someone thought like so the development team was having a lot of people coming in because Japan opened their border in March and then people flowed in. So suddenly the team started to have more and more new people. And someone thought like we need to have some way to how can I say get to know
Get to
Yeah.
know each other.
to each
closer.
other. And someone said like, okay, let's do workation. And I asked like, where are we going? And she said like Beppu. And why Beppu? Beppu, we had some company and to city relationship. And Beppu was always trying to welcome people from outside the city. And they were trying to find out like companies to work in there. And she got that information and she said like it should be great. And I was like, honestly saying, I was not really sure like it's a really good idea or not, but we have the policies called HENNGE Way, and there it says like help passionate HENNGE people. So she was so passionate, so we thought like let's give it a try. And also we were not sure like whether everyone is interested or not, but when we asked everyone, we had a survey in the division, and everyone said like, okay, let's go. So that's why we did that experiment. We wanted to try out new things and figure out how it looks like.
Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, so very definitely passionate people can bring up all these things, and just one person that started it, which is really, really amazing. Like every time I hear about it. So as two members who attended, actually Ogura-san attended as well, so all three of you attending. Maybe we could start with Michael. How was the experience? How did you like it?
Yeah, I like it very much. It turned out better than I expected because I expected we just move our location of work and do the usual thing. Apparently it was not. So we are stuck somewhere in Japan that is like several hundred kilometers away from our home.
Beppu is like the basic information. Beppu is very far away from Tokyo. And usually it's a hard place to go. It's not like a place you can just casually, okay, I'm going to Beppu. You have to have a
Plane
thorough
ticket.
plan. Yeah. And usually you fly there. So it's a far away place. So,
Yeah, we fly there and then for a week, and then after work we have to eat something, and then like none of us knows about Beppu beforehand. Like no one that is very, very knowledgeable about Beppu. So we're like, I'm gonna grab something to eat. Anyone? So we begin the communications even outside of working hours, and during lunch we're like, yeah, let's try something around this working space. Try finding something good. And then actually during the work itself, it's such a rare time. The last time we all gathered in one place was probably before COVID. But now, majority of the development divisions went there, like 20 something. And there are some peoples that we never met face to face. We met them online, but never face to face. So it was like, oh, nice to meet you finally. And then we can just talk about the thing that we're doing, some features, and how to solve some problems. We even practice some pair programming in between.
Nice. Yeah, I think it's like having a new environment gives you a lot of, what is it, like triggers
Yeah.
to start communicating, which sounds kind of like planned out, but it's more just like circumstance, right? It's just a lot of new
unplanned.
things. So everybody's got to step out of their comfort zone, and it's a really good way to encourage people to meet new people and, again, step out of the comfort zone, meet new people, get a good connection going. And yeah, as you mentioned, new members, right? Sometimes like, oh, like I think you mentioned before, it's like, oh my gosh, you're so tall. Like you don't expect how tall they are from the screen, or like you're like, oh, you're actually a lot deeper voice than I thought, or something, right? I don't know. But
Also, it's not only the development division that was there, but
Right.
the project management team.
Yeah.
We don't usually speak to each other a lot
Yeah,
before.
Unless we have some
Because they are-
issues. or-
just some specific meeting.
Specific meeting,
Yeah.
and they were established like during the COVID era.
Yeah.
So previously they are from the other division as well. We didn't really interact a lot, and then we went to Beppu and then
Yeah, more
rest is
closer.
history.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talk a lot and we figure things out. Like, yeah, we have this problem. We're trying to find a solution and then trying to implement it.
how was your experience then?
Yeah, actually, I also initially I also doubted the effect of workation because I thought, oh, we can do remote working. Why we need to go somewhere physically? But after this experience, I noticed how the importance of someone beside you during working, because there are a lot of issues you can just solve by yourself. You also need someone else's help. And at that moment, during the remote working, I have to prepare a message. Say, oh, sorry for disturbing you. Oh,
Yeah.
there's a problem. Oh, please help me, something like that.
Yeah,
but dear, if someone is just beside you, I can say, oh, sorry. Oh, please watch this or something like that. So it's quite nice. Yeah. Let me remind the benefit of the coming to office. So so workation caused me come to office more often than before workation. So yeah, that's what I noticed during this experience.
Yeah, I definitely agree with the sitting next to you thing, because some questions just like 1 minute conversation.
Yeah.
But if it's texting, maybe it's just like 10 different messages. Like, what do you mean? Can you send me a screenshot?
Yeah.
Wrong image. Every time it's like, this is wrong person or something. But yeah, if you just like, hey, can you take a look at this? It's just done in 2 seconds. So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely a lot of good opportunities to have that kind of collaboration as well. I believe another team right now is doing workation. I think at this moment.
Yeah, I think at this
Ah.
moment they are
Yeah.
somewhere in Japan.
Somewhere in
Yeah.
Japan.
Yeah.
Customer
Customer success
success.
team.
Yeah, because we were like having so much fun, and everyone is saying good thing. I think other teams in our company also started to plan. Okay, let's do that. And yeah, actually, to be honest, for like Japanese people, I'm in my 40s, but it really sounds like very traditional Japanese. I mean, going to a company trip together sounds like very like oldish Japanese tradition. So even if you think maybe it's a good idea, something inside me like says like, no, let's not do that, like traditional something. But I think we actually did this, and it now has a different meaning because it's after pandemic. And now we are showing that meaning to other teams, and they also are understanding, oh yeah, maybe that's a good idea. And yeah, already one team did it like on the beach or something, right?
Yeah.
HR.
I think it was
Yeah.
HR.
Yeah.
And HR are doing that, and now customer success team are doing that, and other teams are also planning on. So
I remember Sean, your team is also planning.
Yeah, we are planning. My team in the audience back there. No, but yeah, we are planning. I think we are thinking of somewhere in September, maybe in like,
Nice.
we're thinking either like foresty or more towards the beach. It's kind of both.
nice.
Yeah, the main should be working, but definitely after work is really important too, right? Too, for that team bonding as well. Mhm.
Yeah, so just for your information, no one is forced to join the workation.
Exactly.
Mm.
I think that's the big part. I
That's
think
a big
Yeah.
differentiator.
Yeah,
between
maybe
the,
so, maybe so. And
traditional
we,
one.
we don't have those kind of like peer pressure, like,
Mhm.
oh, you should join, like,
Yeah.
the CEO is coming, why not? That's not the case, so yeah,
Yeah,
maybe, yeah,
even-
that's a big difference.
Even in the development divisions, those who have families or have some business in Tokyo area that
Mm.
cannot attend,
Mm.
we are still trying to accommodate them by still doing the meeting hybridly with
Mm.
them in Tokyo and the rest in Beppu.
Yeah, I think
And we
that,
are not forcing them to come.
yeah, I think that accommodation is really like nice part about our culture in the company as well, that we don't force people, but a lot of people really want to already, which is
Mhm.
like, I think that's the best you can ask for, that everybody's willing to, even though they're not forced. So yeah, definitely a lot of good opportunities for workation. Yeah, how do you think this will be going forward? Do you think it'll be like a consistent thing we will be doing, or?
Yeah, it really depends on how we can operate things, but honestly, I think it really, how can I say, it was really good experience. I think it really fast forwarded our, how can I say, relationship building or something. We lost like communication under pandemic, but now we found that by working together, we can have and fast forward that things that should happen, like meeting, bumping into the office and things. So yeah, that was a really new something that I found. So yeah, I definitely recommend doing that, and we would like to find a way to do that if we are continuing this hybrid kind of working style. Yeah, I think the bottleneck was that currently it's passion driven. Like
Yeah.
somebody has to have a strong passion. Okay, let's go. But we figured out, I mean, we found out that it's really hard. I mean, we have to arrange people
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like at first
Schedule.
she tried to book everyone on the plane, but some people said like, no, I want to go by
Train.
train. Like,
Oh.
no, it takes 7 hours. Are you okay? But no, we like train. So we had like various people. So it was really, the operation isn't really easy. So that's something we need to think about. And we really appreciate the passionate person who carry out.
Yeah,
things.
actually, at first, the number of registrants is only like 10 or 15-ish. But then in the end, unexpectedly, after we announced it, it grew to 20.
Okay.
And then we have PMM team, the product management team,
Yeah.
that's totaling around 30.
And also Taiwan office.
Yeah.
And then Taiwan
And
office
Taiwan
came,
office
like became
also
40.
joined.
Like, okay, that
Yeah.
was not expected, but yeah.
Yeah. So we had to book 2 hotels separately.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard you guys had 2 separate venues, like not venues, but like locations to
Yeah.
work at. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, definitely logistics sounds like not easy for sure. But yeah, again, very passionate people can make it happen. And I think you know who you are if you are watching. Thank you. Yeah. But yeah, I think we can transition as you were mentioning a little bit about going forward, how it would be, and something that we could implement. So I think we can move on to our next topic of the future of working style and how this hybrid thing was going to continue. Since we are a cloud company, I feel like it is part of our responsibility to be able to handle this kind of hybrid style. Maybe not necessarily fully remote, but be able to accommodate. So maybe we can start with the other 2 members of how they feel it should be going forward. And then we can kind of get to Ogura-san of what is the actual plan. So maybe you can start with Michael. How do you think it should go going forward? Maybe for your division specifically, or for you personally?
Yeah. For my division or me personally, I would like to say we like the hybrid style more. Like some newcomers likes to come to the office because they want to meet new people, but the senior members, like they already been in the company for quite a long time, so they already know everyone. Like there's no difference in home or office. We're trying to strike a right balance in between, and therefore I think like hybrid might be the best for us. And personally for me, I like hybrid more because if I don't have to come to the office, why do I have to go into the crowded train in the morning and then force myself go into the office?
Yeah.
Japanese train is so terrible.
Some other words coming up, but yeah, I agree. I think that's one of the big things. If you don't need to, you have no meetings, you just have to work on your own tasks. There should be no like reason to be forced to go. But yeah, like as we've all been talking about, right? Just being there working is nice. There's like water, there's aircon, there's
Yeah.
hot coffee a lot of
Oh.
times.
And currently, the thing that I like right now is that we can come to the office like hybridly.
Mm.
So in the morning, we can do remote work. And then in the afternoon, during the lunch hour, we move to the office and work. Actually, I did this today
Me
because
too.
in the morning it was raining. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
Actually, me
maybe
too.
not. Let's go in the afternoon.
Yeah. Maybe it's like maybe tomorrow. It's like, oh, actually, I can go today.
Yeah.
It
That
definitely
really
will.
helps.
Especially if you're like very far. Like I live like an hour and a half away from the office, so it is a big commitment for me to come here. A lot of times, a 3-hour commute round trip. So, I really want to plan out my days. So yeah, if you being able to use lunch, that's nice. Unfortunately, you can't go out and eat with your coworkers. But
Yeah, that's the
I mean,
important.
you shouldn't, or you have like 2-hour lunch or 3-hour lunch, and that's a little bit too much some days. But yeah, yeah, it's a lot of good opportunities to meet people when you come to the office. So what about for the product marketing division? Is it similar? Or how do you feel about it?
I think same. Yeah,
Mm.
we like the hybrid style because of boss remote working and the office have the benefit, and with remote working we can have more life balance. Like you can use more time for yourself. Like you want to learn something new, some new skill, or you want to be with your family more or something like that. But come to office, you can accelerate your communication with your co-workers, and maybe you can do the works faster than just doing remote working. So yeah, I think our team will also continue the hybrid style. Yeah, so to get boss benefit from two sides. Yeah.
So yeah, Ogura-san, what do you think after hearing these two's opinion about? Are you pressured to make a decision?
Not really. I mean, our company isn't like a company. I make decision and everyone does
Right.
so. So, but we are a company that experiments on new things, and we always try to try on new things and like make mistakes and learn from things. That's our culture. And we want to do that before our customer does that. So we want to know the like pros and cons of everything related to work style and technology before our customers tries out, so that we can give more information to our customers or even give some solutions to the customers. So yeah, I think we are still continuing to experiment things. Apparently the face has changed from please don't come to the office to now it's okay to come to the office. So currently the company is trying to create more reasons for everyone that they want to come to the office, like having some like nice lunch or having some nice things at the office. So yeah, I think we are we are going to continue this for a while to see what happens and what we can learn from this. So yeah, hybrid probably is the choice for us. I think one thing about like, so the one thing that bothers me is like we see like news from other countries that say, for example, in the United States, like big companies are calling to come to the office to everyone. So I feel like, okay, maybe then if everyone thinks like collaboration is really important, should we do that as well? But I think like, no, Japan is a little bit different. The commuting is really hard here. Yeah. Yesterday, I actually saw the news, no, a tweet that saying like the top 10 stations, the top 10 crowded stations, and it showed like Shibuya, Shinjuku, or those Japanese stations. And I thought, okay, this is maybe, and Shibuya was the third. So it's the third crowded station. I thought in Japan, but it was actually the world ranking. Like, yeah, 1 to 10 was all Japanese stations. 11th was Paris or something. So we are in the like third crowded station in the world. So I think the situation isn't really the same. So yeah, we should figure out what is the best balance here. So yeah.
Yeah, I think talking on that commuting thing, I think the off-peak hours that Mike also mentioned, I think that's a big part of, I think recently as well, a lot of my friends that were outside the country returned, they're like, wow, all the stations are so empty. But to us, it seems the same because it's like gradual change. But I guess over time it has adjusted that people are commuting at different peaks and off-peak hours just to yeah, avoid the very crowded trains because I hated those in the morning when I had to come at like 8 or 9 a.m. to anywhere.
Oh.
It's just unfortunate. Yeah, a lot of bad flashbacks. But yeah. Do you guys have anything to comment or add on what Ogura-san mentioned regarding like going forward? Anything you want to see maybe for your team that to be implemented, or maybe some problems that you've had that even hybrid can't really solve? Anything like this at all?
Yeah, I think that settles for us.
Mm, yeah.
And yeah,
Mhm.
that's the best arrangement we can have, like the flexible, really flexible commuting time. Previously, we had a flex time, but it was not that flex because we have to be in the office
Right.
11, the
Right.
latest.
Mm,
Earlier, okay, but then the train is more horrible.
mm,
So yeah, some of our members are giri, yeah, like as closely as possible to 11.
yeah, I'm guilty of that as well, to be honest. But
But now, yeah, it's more free in
Mm.
terms of the commute time.
yeah, I think the difference right now is the limitation, right? That people from abroad cannot come easily. It's not like a choice. It's more border limitations. So I think that is a big difference. But once it does open up, I think we'll have much more flexibility. And a lot of the cons will probably disappear as well, since there'll be much more choice and less like.
Yeah.
What about you, Josan? Anything you think that you want to adjust or can be improved? Do you think?
Actually, I don't feel any big issue with current style because I really like current hybrid style.
Mm,
Yeah. If I want to come office, I just come. And if I want just stay home, I just stay. Yeah. So it's more free and it can fit your life balance. So yeah, I like current style. Yeah. But maybe I can come to office more often because yeah, because there are some new members just coming, just joined, and I want to know more about them. So that's the reason why I can come to office maybe once or twice every week recently. Yeah.
Actually, when you come to the office, it's really comfortable, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
It is.
Yeah. Reminder.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
quite
yeah,
nice.
once you get here, so,
Yeah.
that's so the company should like try to make the place more attractive, so that everyone wants to come, and that beats like I mean pain of the commuting. And maybe like as you mentioned, because now we are having like more off-peak style, maybe the train won't be as crowded as before. So yeah, maybe that will be a good balance.
Yeah, I think yeah, I wouldn't say it's perfect, right? Of course, there's some problem we're not thinking of right now, and maybe down the line there might be some other ones as well. But yeah, I think overall we're all quite satisfied with how we are currently working. It is a good balance. I think we are all learning as we go. Like, as you mentioned, with different levels of busyness, what's happening, you can kind of adjust your schedule. It shouldn't be like we are going only 1 day a week forever. It's like it should be like some weeks maybe you come all the days. Some days you don't come any days. So I think it's.
And another option came was having workations like for all the things. So yeah, we are really learning, still learning and still figuring out.
Yeah, so I think it's really important that we took that first step as well. That very passionate person that encouraged us to take the first step. And yeah, because when I heard that, I was like, what? They get to do it before we do? What? Is this sponsored? It's like kind of not really. Yeah, like I know the HR one that we just mentioned. I think they all paid on their own. I don't even think it was company.
No, I think the company.
Oh, was
of
it?
course,
Oh,
the company,
I think
yeah.
part of it was maybe when they bought the family. I don't know. But I heard some of them they have to kind of figure things out more on their own rather than having a lot of support. So it definitely starts from there, and then then the company's like, oh, good idea. Here you go.
Yeah, that's one of the HENNGE way. Eat unripe fruits and
Yeah, eating unripe fruits, definitely important. Yeah, rolling a lot of different dice. I think I really resonated with that one. So just try a lot of different things, and if it works out, great. If not, then
Yeah, learn
yeah.
learn from mistakes. So
All right. I think we have a lot of questions.
oh wow.
Yeah, we have a lot of. Thank you for everybody who submitted questions. By the way, very very helpful for us to move along the talk. No, I'm joking. But okay, this is very basic question. Oh no, does CEO wear kimono every day? I think everybody who doesn't know a lot about Ogura-san, they probably always ask this. So
Sorry, the question was,
Do you wear kimono every day?
do I wear kimono every day?
Or is
Yes,
it special?
yes. Not really every day. I mean, maybe 360 days out of a year, I wear kimono. In 4 or 5 days, I wear like more Western something, because I have to go to some weddings or like funerals, and I don't want to stand out. Then I wear suits.
That's an unfortunate event too. Not always, like half.
Oh no, yeah, I actually appreciate. I mean, because I don't forget how to like wear suits or how to wear shoes actually. So
Yeah, in the entire time of me in the company, I never seen Ogura in other than kimono.
I think one time I have when we went IPO, it was like we went public. I think he had to come. He came to the office once. It was like everybody took pictures. But yeah.
I don't know. IPO was
formal.
kimono.
Oh, it was?
The
Yeah,
formal kimono.
Yeah.
Maybe-
Super kimono.
The
Maybe
fancy one.
the one you took is like maybe I came back from a funeral
Oh,
of
no.
my like my high school teacher or something. So
I apologize if we took pictures.
Actually, I haven't seen Ogura-san's suits. Yeah,
I saw some like old pictures, but I mean, never in person.
mostly nobody probably.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know your suits.
It's the kimono
Me
pattern.
too.
Yeah.
And some of our members are inspired by Ogura-san,
Mm.
so that they wear kimono too.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So
Also, someone suddenly changed into kimono at Beppu. Like,
Beppu, yeah.
What?
The Beppu factor.
That's Abid.
yeah, that
Yeah,
was Abid.
Actually,
Abid and John.
And John.
And John, yeah. So Abid and John are speakers for HENNGE Talks. Actually.
Yeah, yeah.
Session 1 of the first day and session 2 of the just now, actually. Yeah. Abid. So thank you for supporting kimonos. Okay, let's get into more related to the topic then, just to get that out of the way. So anonymous attendee, thank you for attending all of our sessions. Asked, what challenges did you have related to workcation? So yeah, maybe as an attendee, what did you feel was maybe something that was
Oh,
challenging there? I mean, like overall, I think we all agree it's very
Yeah.
good, but were there any challenges that you faced?
the challenges is one is the hybrid meeting, definitely, because we have some people in Tokyo and the other in Beppu. But because of the working space, we don't have quite a lot of meeting rooms. So everyone is having their own meeting, and it get quite noisy, like the background noise.
Right.
And if we are quite close to each other and someone unmutes the speaker and this part is unmuting the microphone, it echoes. But for most part, we kind of take care of it by everyone wearing their own headphones. We are used to remote meetings as opposed to before COVID. Before COVID, we don't have no idea at all. So the echoes are a common thing.
Yeah.
The other part is the logistics one.
I think the other problem I think is after the workation, because some member didn't join the workation, so there is some maybe conversation because they can talk about the workation, so it's a little bit sorry for the members. But if we can provide more dynamic plan for members, I think at that moment, almost all of our members can enjoy our workation and just enjoy the experience in there. Yeah.
Yes.
What about Ogura-san? You also attended as well.
I would say everything was a challenge. I mean, nobody has been there,
Yeah.
so we don't know where is where and where should we go, where should we eat, how can we move to this place. So everything was a challenge, but I think that was the great part. I mean, because nobody knew how to do things there, we had to always collaborate and we
Work
always had to get together. So even like food, like we don't know how to eat this thing, and yeah. So that was already a collaboration. So that was a really great something. Yeah. So everything like moving to the working place. The working place was like 10 minutes walk or something.
10 minutes.
20
And-
minutes
yeah,
from
20
my,
minutes from
my
your-
20
hotel.
Some people said like taking buses may be better, or yeah, no, we can walk there. So that was a challenge there. And how should we work in this single room is another challenge, right?
Yeah.
So
The Wi-Fi.
everyone is in the same room. It's apparently, of course, it's a great place, but it's not like for working there. It's a seminar room, so we had to like be creative together. And also, what else? Anything. I mean, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The weather too.
Weather.
The weather.
The weather.
I don't know if we can
Hot.
solve that one, but
Very hot, but some people just share. If you walk on that side of the sidewalk, it's more shady and little cooler.
Problem solving.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so one great part of that workation was that we went to a like a place that no one knows about the place. So that was probably one good magic.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe that's not a challenge. It's like novelty, maybe. I don't know, but it's not like a good challenge to have for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely challenge is the logistics.
Yeah, definitely.
And we kind of want to accommodate as many people as possible. But for those who are having families, like we really like them to join, but apparently the arrangement didn't work. So we're like, how do we make this better in the future? How to accommodate them? Maybe shorter days or
Right.
but that will create a challenge in the logistic, like arranging the flights and so on. Because at that time we only have one person. Maybe in the future we should have more person to accommodate those custom requests.
Right. Right.
Also, COVID thing
Yeah,
wasn't
COVID.
easy. Right?
Oh,
Someone so we had to like carefully
Uh.
monitor everyone's health.
Right.
So that's yeah, obviously a challenge.
Yeah, someone actually got fever just 1 day or 2 days before
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
the workation, and we're like,
Yeah.
oh, then he got tested, and like, yeah, until the test result come out, he cannot go anywhere. Like,
Oh no.
oh no, we have to cancel
The flight.
the flight. But then eventually the test came out negative, so then we booked another flight and join us in the second day.
Nice. That's good to hear. Yeah.
And like, yeah, that's the challenges.
So a lot of logistic ones, and a lot of good challenges. I think more just like challenges made to help, more so than hurt us. So yeah, thank you for the question. Next one. Oh, it's a little more fun. Maybe do you have any ideas for other destinations for vacation? Maybe we can add a little bit like what kind of destination you think would be good? Like not where you want to go.
I want to
That's
go
a little bit
Okinawa,
different.
Hokkaido.
Like,
I'm same answer.
go to a nice island. It's like maybe, but is there something you guys think like where should be a good destination or like what makes a good destination?
Maybe somewhere quite remote or like a resort,
Mm.
like in the mountains, Nagano, for example, during the winter. Like,
Far from
you're forced to stay there.
yeah.
Cannot go.
Like far from not from civilization, but like far from like a lot of department stores and like this, just like a
Yeah.
little bit more remote area.
Quite away from the distractions or the place
Mm.
that you can just go easily, like go back home easily. That's like kind of defeating the purpose.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Somewhere that makes you talk to the people you're with.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Mm.
For better or for worse.
I feel like torn apart because like, I mean, so if it's far, it costs money, of course. But yeah, we actually talked like at like maybe
cheap,
after meal bar conversation, we talked like why do we feel that close this time, and we concluded that it's because we have to work, we have to figure things out together, and no one like leads us, so it has to be a place quite remote. So not around Tokyo, not the place that you usually go
Right.
for weekends.
Countryside is better.
Countryside. So places nobody really knows, nobody's familiar with, far from a lot of things. Countryside.
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of opportunity there for those places. Like I guess like Bippu as well, right? They were
Yeah.
kind of trying to promote.
Yeah, that was perfect. Yeah, and they have hot springs, of course. So
Yeah.
It was fun for them, but
mm,
yeah, I heard they're really nice. I really want to go, but one
I
of
think a lot of places in Japan, like the suburban area, like this, countryside wants people to come there.
right.
yeah, so there are many options.
Can also help the local economy.
Yeah, help the local economy. A lot of hidden gems, especially like not even just Japan, right? Any country. Like if you are a little bit far from the main city, there's a lot of nice small places that maybe you can appreciate more. Location you're in, especially as like into our not Japanese, right? So you're being in a different country as well. You can kind of gain some experience going to different places. Like I've never been there. I wish I could have gone as well. Going to nice onsen, things like this. So a lot of positive points. Great. So next question. Thank you, Mr. Anonymous again. Have there been other workations organized by HENNGE? I think we answered this a little bit. Yeah. We had one from the customer success team, which they're currently attending at the moment. We have a HR who went to kind of like a beach house type thing, and our development team. Are there any others that I missed?
Your team
Our team, yeah, we haven't
Planning.
had it yet.
planning.
Yeah, we're planning it. Yeah,
I
yeah.
think officially two places were happening, and now other teams are also interested.
Yeah, a lot of teams are. I think you guys definitely encourage a lot of people. You guys
Mm.
are just like, yeah, it was so good, and
Pioneered it.
yeah. But I think it's a little bit the fact that we had a lot of new members, as you mentioned, joining. So it was a really good opportunity to have that.
Yeah.
Maybe if you don't have so many new members, not as appealing. Maybe more just as a vacation in a way. The vacation part of workation.
It has some charm for the cross team.
Yeah,
True
We
though.
see
Yeah,
like
yeah.
good connection with PM
Yeah,
team now.
actually, I think cross team is better because within a team, I think it's you usually have some meeting
Yeah.
regularly, so you have more chance to talk with your teammate. But for other team, it's if you don't have some specific topic or specific project, it's so hard to have a chance to talk with them. So cross team, I agree with that. Cross team is better.
Yeah, adding back onto what makes a good workation, basically. Yeah, I definitely agree. It does help because you don't have much opportunity, and when it's forced, it's something still too forced as well. So yeah, even doing this kind of talk, setting this up, I had a lot of opportunity to talk to you guys as well, hear a lot about teams, what's happening. So even just this, it has really helped in kind of understanding each other's work and what we are doing at the moment. Yeah, thank you for the question. Next we have Simon. I think sounds familiar. Would the company be open to allowing employees to take workations outside of Japan at their own expense? What would you say?
If some passionate person thinks that, then, yeah. But if it's like alone, like we are still not yet aware of like what is the how effective it is for like workationing alone. So that's still we need to discuss things. And apparently working away, it's like if we are in the same time zone, there's like really no problem.
Yeah.
But if we are like in a different time zone, we are observing there are some difficulties in communication or having meetings. So yeah, maybe those points are something we need to discuss if that is going to happen.
Yeah, in the development team, we start to experiment with those kind of things, like trying to work away internationally, but it's only available for a very specific time window and like quite some restrictions on how many days you can spend and how many vacations you need to take in order to qualify. And then we're trying to match the time zone as not to go over the labor laws in Japan, like you should not work in a local
that's
time
another thing.
over some ungodly hours because it's on the other side of the world, for example. Yeah, we're still trying, and maybe we can know the result in several months after the trial. And we're still trying to figure things out.
Yeah, there's a lot of like legal part that as you
Yeah.
mentioned, right? That's a big issue, especially depending on what country you're in, maybe different country, different laws regarding certain things. So that makes it a little complicated.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we're definitely open to considering and discussing with the team about how we can apply for international workation.
Time difference will be
Time difference.
a big issue for us because we have to conversation with a lot of stakeholders, not only internally but also for external users. So if we have quite big time difference, that will very inconvenient for us. Yeah,
and also maybe once the situation calms down a little bit and travel becomes easier, maybe that's much more of a consideration than right now, where it's very difficult to even welcome members that we want them to come to Japan. It's already very difficult. So yeah, maybe that's a little future problem. We will update you if we think of something. Another question regarding coming to the office. So do we offer any incentives for employees to come to the office? I think the answer is no.
No, not anything clear. I mean,
Yeah.
Yes.
of course we pay the like what
Transportation.
transportation fee. Yeah.
Yes, there's an incentive. Free Dr. Pepper.
Free Dr.
Sure, yes, yes.
And the communication lunch.
Yeah, we have
Communication.
sometimes like free lunch, free dinner,
Yeah.
Mm,
or free beer bash kind
Oh
of thing.
yes.
Of course.
free? I
Mm,
thought you said not free.
Oh, sorry. I always say like you have to pay by communicating with each other, but that's
It's not free.
yeah.
a long time ago.
But anyway, we are trying to have those kind of reasons for everyone.
Yeah, so no like direct incentive, but just kind of, but what we've been talking about this whole talk of just having a nice place to work and a nice community to engage with. I think it's like a good enough reason for most people to come. Like if I was closer, I would be coming like 2-3 times a week.
Yeah.
What we don't want is to force people to, you have to.
Mm.
That's not our way,
Not the HENNGE way.
not the hang.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a big part. Yeah, the freedom of choice, right, is really, really important for us, and accommodating everybody, making sure everybody can work the best in the best situation. Yeah, basically. Yeah, actually we had other way, right? We had incentive to stay home in the beginning.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, paying for your
Some
What?
subsidy, right?
for your supporting your how can I say equipment.
Oh yeah, I remember
or-
that. Yeah.
yeah, I think I
I
got a
bought a
new
new
chair.
chair.
Oh, you did.
I bought chair too.
They're quite expensive, but yeah, there's a lot of yeah, definitely HENNGE helped us a lot throughout the beginning of the pandemic to transition from on-site to remote working. We did have a lot of opportunities, as you mentioned, that some managers were trying out, not come to office some days, but yeah, we really appreciate the help that we got. We actually got masks from the company before the government, so HENNGE greater than, never mind. I'm not gonna finish that sentence, but yeah, we really appreciate all the support. And we just got some like drinking, like at home drinking set with like some
Oh.
beers and snacks. That was really amazing. I don't really drink, but I got Dr. Pepper instead. So I think that was nice. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for like setting up all these online events. Maybe not you directly, but
everyone. is doing that.
everyone's effort. Yes, yes. Alrighty. Let's see. Does anybody else want to? Oh, we do have some. What? Let me see. There's one that says a week sounds like a long time for workation. I think we touched on this a little bit of the duration.
Yeah.
This may be our final question, since we have not so much time left. But yeah, how did you like the 1 week? Pretty much full week. Too long, too short, just right?
I think it was just right.
Just
I think suitable.
Yeah. If it's like 4 days, like in the first day and the fourth day, we are just like
Yeah,
moving,
busy.
Moving.
transportation.
So
Yeah, perfect. Okay, nice, very quick answer.
and also some people like utilize the because it's a week, there's like a weekend, so you
Yeah.
can some people wanted
Come
to come
before.
before and just
Oh,
enjoy
yeah,
and
that's
then
true.
join the workation. So
Yeah. You can just extend it,
yeah,
Yeah,
workation
extend it.
into vacation.
And
then back
since
to work.
it's like workation with some other people, we can make an agreement with the other people, like come early and we can explore. Oh, sure.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, you go like 1 day early, then you guys can all just yeah, do something extra and then start working like normal. So yeah.
Like go by train instead
go
of
by train.
airplane. Yeah.
so you came by the train.
No, actually no. But I remember your team
Yeah.
have some member, right?
Some of the members like Jonas really liked
Yeah.
train.
Yeah.
And maybe the other deputy was a speaker here as well. Iskander used the train.
Yeah,
Some
so that's
members
a 1 day
come-
trip, right?
Yeah.
So-
Some members come through with plane and go back with train, or come with train and go back with plane, or both ways with train.
Quite flexible.
Yeah. I would.
Yeah, they enjoy train.
I personally would not train for more than 3 hours. I'm okay.
Yeah,
It's like 6 hours.
Neither.
I'm okay. That's like worse than commuting. Like I would just commute then.
You
Yeah.
get to use the Shinkansen all the way.
Yeah. I'm sure it has its merits as well. But yeah. Yeah. Okay. On that odd note, yeah, we will thank you everybody for joining the session. I think we are running out of time for the day. Thank you so much to our speakers. Maybe like last round of applause for our speakers. Again, thank you so much for joining, sharing your experiences on Workcation. Thank you for sharing the insights of the CEO, CTO, and somebody just has a bird's eye view of what's going on in the company about a new working style, how we're going to approach it going forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So to all of our attendees, thank you so much for attending. For those who attend just this one session or all six, thank you so much for joining us and learning about our company working culture, getting some insights into professionals in our field, how to improve yourself professionally and personally through all these talks. Please be sure to check the survey from the QR code. It really help us improve the program for next time and for us to bring this type of content for you that you guys would appreciate. Thank you so much, everybody submitted questions. If you guys want to get a recap of the sessions, we'll be posting that later on in the coming weeks. So please keep an eye out for that. For those who sign up for newsletter, you should be receiving some sort of notification from there as well. And yeah, from us here at HENNGE, I think it's time to sign off. So yeah, thank you so much for joining. See you all next time. Yay.